Hey everybody, I'm a little sick, so excuse my voice being a little raspy. Really excited to get the win tonight. I think our players earned the win, but also just sad for Jill Aline, and sad for women's basketball that she's going to be out for the rest of the year. And you get to know players when they're in the league, and I think what she's done in her career is unbelievable stats-wise. I mean, she's going to be all over record books for a long time, but more importantly, sticking through tough things. I mean, it's hard to go through a coaching change. It's hard when you're not winning to stay with the program and help them get to a point of winning. And I think her mark on that program is going to be just as much for doing that as all the records. So, my heart hurts for her, but I'm also not worried about her. She's going to have a great pro career. She's going to bounce back. So that was unfortunate. That being said, it's also hard to go into a locker room when you've game planned for one kid all week and then look at your players and say, okay, scrap that idea, and we're going to do something else. And I think our players were gamers with that. I thought they came out with great energy. I asked them to use their youthful energy, which I think is a strength of ours, but couple that with some veteran poise that maybe we haven't had all the time. And I thought they really did that, coming out in the first quarter and just jumping on them, using our athleticism and the way we like to play, and then holding them off the rest of the game. So good night for us, and hopefully we'll carry that over into Sunday and then Seattle.
Was it a priority for the team to slow down Oregon's three-point shooting?
Exactly. I mean, obviously the reason they're so good offensively this year is you have to pick your poison. You have a kid inside that's going to give you 25 if you guard her one-on-one, and then they surround her with 40% three-point shooters. So when we expected Jill to play, we were going to do some doubling and making things uncomfortable for her and rotating. But when she was out, then we said we have to defend the perimeter. They can't get open threes, and I thought we did a really good job of that. I mean, did they hit one in the first half? Something like that. So I thought we did a really good job of that, because at that point, you got to be able to play one-on-one in the post and not give up open threes, without Jill in there.
It seemed clear from the beginning of the game that your plan was to just run the ball up and down, like how Mikayla, leaking out and all of that. Was that different once the lead was no longer in play, or was that always the plan?
I mean, it's always the plan. We feel like an advantage for us should be speed and transition, but being shorthanded for them, Coach Graves had to start three bigger kids. He started Brenner and Vandenberg, and then the kid that had been starting at the 4 at the 3. So we thought, pace would be to our advantage. But even when we thought Aline was playing, all week we talked about, we were very passive up there in Eugene when they put on their soft pressure, and we just said, okay, we'll slow down. And we talked about, we've been practicing attacking in transition, we've been practicing attacking soft presses. So I think it was further emphasis once they had to make a lineup change, but it's been something we've been talking about all week.
Asha, can you talk a little bit about the two-on-ones, fast break plays that you had with your running mate, one here and then another one with Green as well? Can you talk about those plays?
They were just running with me, and I just got them the ball. Pretty much we practice on that, but I like giving the ball to my teammates, whether it's simple or flashy. As long as I get it to them, and they put it in the basket, it's fine with me.
Those were two great decisions. I think they gave it up to her, and then she gave it back, and two great decisions, and I think the crowd liked it too. It looked kind of flashy.
What is the overall mentality of your team right now? You got one game left, and then Top-Cup tournament starts, and obviously nobody's expecting you to win the tournament or anything. Just what is your overall kind of mentality and approach to this last game in the tournament? Just you guys want kind of relax and maybe loosen up by not having maybe the expectations that you had initially, or?
I mean, we're expecting to put ourselves in a position to win that tournament. I would not be doing my job, nor would they be who they are if we go up to Seattle saying we don't expect to win it. So everything we're doing up to that point is to earn that right to feel that way, that we expect to win games. Why can't we win 4 games in 4 days? One matchup at a time. So when we get to Seattle, we're going to look at whoever we're playing and say, can we win this game? And I think they're going to say, yeah, we can win this game. Then we get to the next one, can we win this game? So that's going to be our mentality. Now, up until that point, we're still trying to become who we want to be at. We have to earn a right to be in a position to feel like we can win every game. So, this whole year has been about a process. But down the stretch here, we just said we're not going to do anything but go down fighting, and we're going to control everything we can control and try to be, the story of March.
And going off that, how much does it help to face an elite program like Oregon State right before that tournament? You feel that? I mean, how much does that help you to kind of get that?
Helps us a lot. It helps us a lot. I think You know, it's a great program coming in here. They're fighting for the Pac-12 regular season title. You know, they're a top 10 team, so they have a lot on the line, and we feel like we have a lot on the line to say, okay, we want to be the team that's blossoming right now. It's a lot of hard work, right? People don't see all. We're talking about butterflies and, you know, caterpillars and how you get there. I don't care if people don't see all the things that we've had to do to get to where we are. I want to be the team that when we play Oregon State on Sunday and then in Seattle, people are saying, wow, they look good. And so we have to fight to get to that point, but our mentality is, why not do it now?
Mikayla, you know, it was a rough road trip that you just came back from. How did your team come together? Because you guys looked really crisp to open this game, and you know that's a good sign to see.
Yeah, I think we just had a lot of energy this game. It's been tough the last couple weekends and everything, but we knew that like we had an opportunity to do something big for the tournament coming up, and we just wanted to give it our all this game and the next following game and the games after that. So this game's like a starting point for us to just put all of our efforts out, all our energy, play together, and I think we did a fabulous job today.
Asha, I think you had 0 points the last time against Oregon. Now you have 11. What was different about the game, about Oregon tonight, other than the fact that Jillian's out, but what was different for you tonight versus the last time you went there in Eugene?
I just needed to be more aggressive. Whether it's scoring or getting into the paint, kicking it to my teammates, me personally, and even my coaches, they need me to be more aggressive in Florida.